I solemnly swear that I will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Yeah, morning everybody. Ron here from The Truth About Addiction. Today I've got a very special guest from America. Goes under the name of the Sober Junkie. Go and check out his music, please, guys. I've been listening to his stuff, man. I love people who are strong in recovery and that are pushing the message, man. So welcome to The Truth About Addiction. What's your story, please?
Hey man, I'm Sober Junkie. I'm a Choctaw descendant of Oklahoma, and on my mother's side, and Cherokee and Sac and Fox. On my father's side, I'm actually of Irish descendant and Welsh. So I got across the pond, man, and I'm over here. So and that's what makes the Sober Junkie what he is, right? And let's get to what's important. Let's talk about this addiction, man. Let's talk about this recovery. You know. My father was an addict. My grandfather was an alcoholic addict. My grandmother addict. My mom not, and I think that was a big saving grace type of situation for me with her because she was very anti everything. So I kind of saw the difference, early on. My dad left early, way on and early on. and left my mom for a dude. And at that time, my mom went back home and everybody ridiculed her. And how did you not know that he was that way? And, just really hard on her. And she struggled. And we moved around from sister to sister, lived at grandma's house. Then we'd get our own place and we'd struggle. And I used to watch her every night cry herself to sleep, and about 12 years old, I got in some trouble. My grandfather passed away. And he had 4 years sober, guys. 4 years sober. Clean and sober. And he was actually, he didn't quit smoking cigarettes because they told him he's been smoking for so long and everything else. They were like, the doctor was like, you ain't even got that much longer. Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
And so he smoked his Pall Malls and drank his squirt soda, and his last 4 years were special. He got to make an amends. He got to he worked through his steps, and he got it. He got that. I think he got the forgiveness he needed, and he passed away. And about a month later, I overdosed on liquid codeine for the cough, these kids are using now as the lean, but I didn't have it as that. It was actually in the cupboard from being sick, but I knew it was bad. And I knew if I drank a lot of it, it wasn't going to be good. So I did. And then right afterwards, I ran into my mom's room and I was like, I did this and I didn't mean to. We all know where that led. Emergency room, grandma, chalk in the mouth, pump them. Modesto Psychiatric Center, 12 years old. And my mom was so scared. She didn't know what else to do. What do I do? And they pumped me full of Thorazine. 12 years old, walking around doing the shuffle, doing meetings all day, and then seeing all these other kids that were like me. And they were so depressed like me. And a girl, I'll never forget, drank a bottle of baby oil because she didn't want to live no more. And she didn't know what she could do, what she could get her hands on to hurt herself with. And it broke my heart. And I'd go to the meetings and we did things like trust falls with each other. They were trying to help us kids out, But it was that Thorazine and the stuff that they had me on where I was a zombie. And my mom and my Mima, my grandmother, came to see me. And she was scared. She was like, it wasn't you. You were a zombie. It was scary. It was not my child. So she did whatever she had to do, which was a process, let me tell you, to get me out of there after admitting me.
Yeah.
And I think I was there for a month. Came home and she threw that Thorazine away. She's like, they sent me home with big old bottles of that stuff. And not just that, but that's the stuff that sticks out of my mind so much, right? And so I get home and I become heavyweight, overweight. through all this process of being depressed and the stuff with my grandpa, and started 7th grade and immediately started getting picked on and bullied. Now I was a big old boy, but I just didn't have it in me, brother.
Yeah.
I didn't have it in to even fight back. I just wanted to be left alone, you know? And these guys bullied me until I ended up with a buddy who was a gangster himself, that kind, not the good kind, but the, low level kid just trying to find himself, not knowing what to do. His daddy was in and out of prison. You know our story, bud.
Yep.
And we meet and we start hanging out, and he's like, man, you're a big old guy. Look how little I am, and I'm whooping all these dudes, because he was littler than all get out, but he was the toughest son of, I tell you what, this guy was tough. And he said, everybody that picks on you, you're going to fight them. He's like, and if they start to whoop you, I'll jump in and break it up. That's my word as a man. So we're kids, right? Worst thing I ever could have figured out was this jab I got and how dangerous it was. Because I went, anybody who picked on me, boy, if you picked on me and you heard I was coming around, you were leaving. Because they were like, I don't know what happened to him. And during that summer, I got skinny. So I come into 8th grade, I start getting into the gang shit, man. That summer, I start to learn to fight. I'm hanging out with this kid, start going the wrong way, man.
Yeah.
I really did. And it was that more like drinking alcohol, the gin and juice crap, whatever they were doing in the rap videos and shit. We were copying. We were trying to, the movie Colors came out. So that we saw gang banging, because I lived in a small town. Okay. Los Baños, California, which is Northern California. Are you familiar with Fresno?
Yeah.
Fresno. So right by Fresno, California. So I'm in this, doing this lifestyle and just messing up and getting in fights, and just, I was sad. I was hiding from the fact that my dad was, gay, and I was so scared people were going to find out, because while no one at school knew, my cousins knew, my family knew, I got made fun of. I got called the F word, even though I was straight there. You're going to be an F just like your daddy. I'm not going to give that word no power today. So,
Yeah.
But we know, I was picked on and abused as if I was in that community, and earlier on in my childhood, I lived with my dad for a time in LA and ended up moving right before my grandpa had passed, and I went out there and all that. So, but that's all for the book. And I want to keep this recovery related. So we, and you said it's my way to tell the story, right?
It's your story, man.
So I'm living that life, and I'm just wanting to fit in, brother. I just wanted to be loved. I wanted to fit in. I remember growing up, it's that I always wanted a dad, and I'd see friends with dads, and I was like, that's the one thing I wanted, and I had an amazing mom, and she did the best she could, and she worked hard, but I just never had that. So it was a void. So I go through my childhood, I get away from stuff. I start skating, right? I started becoming a skater, and I left that bad life away. It really changed my life, but I got away from that. I became sponsored. I was 16 years old now, and I became a pro inline skater. And it was kind of cool, because I was the bad kid, kind of gone good, because I would changed a little bit. They were saying, not me. I was still thinking I was a roughneck. They're like, no, you're doing so good now, kid, and I stayed away from the drugs and stuff then, and I was doing great, and became pro and started working for this company. And I was actually going to go to the X Games in 2000. I got in a car accident.
Okay.
That's what did it, man. This car accident, people don't realize, you could think everything is perfect, everything's great. Your shit could be flowing better than it's ever flown. And it could be steady for a year that way, 2 years, 3 years. Shit, 10. You got to remember that life shows up when we unexpected. It's life on life's terms, and it's, so this accident, I didn't go to the X Games. Really couldn't skate no more, and I was hurt really bad. And back then it was the Oxycontin, and I went from 20s to 40s, and I'm hurting. And during this case, right, while we're fighting it, eat them. Well, case is over with, right? And all this stuff goes there. They're like, hey, you know, we think you need to slow down on these pills. You're taking too many. And I'm like, what do you mean? I need them. I need them. I got pain, and it's real. You guys listen. I want to teach you guys something. You get in these accidents and you start to take this stuff, your body will actually lie to you and tell you your pain is there when it ain't, and it will magnify the hell out of it when it is there. And it's like, they know that. So once you're starting to get off it, when they tell you got to quit, your pain comes back crazy. And you're like, why would you do this to me? I feel the pain. It's real.
Yeah.
It really is to you, you know? And then you start looking at other ways of getting it, right? And I had a buddy, and he said, man, you're going to have to start buying pills on the street and this and this and this. He goes, but I know somebody that's got something else. And he's like, I know you partied a little back in the day, you know, this and that. He goes, but it's heroin, man. He goes, but just use it, you know, for the pain. You're in real pain. That's what they did back in the day.
Yeah.
I know you probably heard that shit too. They try to make, you know, and it was cheap. I could figure it out, and I'm on it. And then I went to meth, and I'm using everything now. Now it's like I'm fucking partying, and I lost myself, man.
Yeah.
I totally lost myself. I'm running amok, so let's say early 20s all the way into till the time I was my early 20s, 2006. I was at like a full-fledged run amok, no brakes, you know, and I stole a vehicle in El Camino, and I was with an ex at the time, and we went, and I said, we're going to take this out here and I'm going to strip it, you know, but I'm on the run, so we got to be cool. And it's like 2:00 in the morning, and November 14th, 2006. And so we go to this spot, no one's there. I said, well, let's just take it out to the country. I'm gonna just do it out there. Fucking jack that thing up and just, you know, go to town. And she's like, all right, so we're driving, and we go by this high school, and I got a Red Indians hat on because my best friend Chepe, rest in peace, like a big brother to me back in the day, you know. He had an Indians hat on. He said, hey, I know you're Native American. He was like, I want to give you this hat, bro. And it was that night, so I put it on, you know. And the cop sees the hat, runs the vehicle, gets right behind me. And I took him on a 30-mile high-speed chase, man. And almost died going on that chase. Now, the one thing I could say about going in and out, every time I'd get in there after I'd been locked up for a week and I got clean, I'm immediately going to the table when that guy comes in for those 12-step recovery meetings. I'm immediately reading books, and I'm trying to educate myself. I'm becoming this new dude, but then I get out.
Yeah.
Because I don't hold on to that program. I don't hold on to that tool bag. I don't hold on to all that. And I get out, and then I'm right back at it, man. You know, I didn't realize mental health and the play that has in it, you know, and how us beating ourselves up with these drugs for all this time, what that does, you know? So I ended up going to prison, and they gave me 3 years, but I got so much change. And I'm going in to get gosh, what do you call it? No, I get out, I go back in again, I catch another charge. But I have my son is born while I'm in jail, and I'm getting sentenced, and he's brand new. And they're like, and I had to go do 16 months. And they brought him to me, and I thought I'd get to hold him, give him a kiss and love on him. But the deputy's like, let me see him, got right to him, and then pulls him back, and he goes, you feel that? Do you feel that? And I was like, woo, I'm inside, I'm raging, I got tears, they're just streaming. He goes, feel that. Now go.
Mm-hmm.
I went back into that fucking that tank, man. Nobody knew. They knew don't say shit to him. Went back to my dorm, got in a fight. got in more trouble, got locked down. But the one thing I couldn't shake was that fucking feeling.
Yeah.
Because my boy was right there. And he just took him from me. And he said, feel it. Probably the best thing anybody's ever done to me, because that's the last time I went to prison. And you know, that term when I went in and I came out, relapsed after a bit.
Yeah.
I fucked up, ran amok, but I didn't go back to jail. And when I did get clean, I was so blessed to have an individual in my life, right? Who cared about me. I ended up with a sponsor that it's bananas, man, the way your higher power works in your life, right?
Yeah.
The type of individuals that end up in your life, right? And so we're at a meeting, and so I'm just getting clean, and he's telling his story, and he's like, yeah, you know, I wasn't in the music business, but I loved it so much. And he's like, I ended up investing. I had like a DJ business and da 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 da. And he had my own label, and I was like, what? It's the burning bush, right? We're in the meeting, so we come out and we walk out there. I said, hey, bro, I sing. I'm like, you got, you know? And he's like, what? And then I was like, let me sing to you. He's like, all right. And so I sing to him. I want to say a week later, man, he shows up to my house, set up a studio session for me in Santa Cruz, man. And I tried, of course, not to go.
Yeah.
He called me like, you ready to go studio? I'm like, I can't do it. I can't leave. Fucking addict, bro. I'm like, I ain't doing it. I can't go. I can't leave, man. This dude shows up to my house in his lifted fucking tall on 20s, bumping boom, boom, loud, you know, because it is what it is, you know, and he's an addict too. That fucker's got over 20 years now, man. And he's a glazer. That's what he does for a living. He's a glazer. Big old strong corn-fed boy, dude. I tell you what.
Yeah.
And we get to the studio, and I never did a real song, bro. I never did it the real way. You know, I just had a voice I could sing, and I used to sing in prison. I'd sing under the door. People would send songs, the lyrics to me and have me sing it, and I'd bang on the door and sing along. And, you know, but it was always been a passion of mine. I've always loved it. And I hear melodies in my head, these crazy songs. So he's like, you're going to finish it. So I had to sit there and write. I wrote 2 songs, World on My Shoulders and Disease.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And Disease is a love song, man, to heroin and meth.
Yeah.
And it's hard, and it's heavy. And he made me finish them, bro. I tried to get out of it. You know, I'm an addict. I want it the easy way. Fuck all that. You're going to make me work? Wait a minute. I just want to do it quick, easy, you know? And he's like, finish it. No, that you can rewrite that. You can write that better, you know? And he's my sponsor today, too, just so you know.
Cool.
Part of the No Matter What family out here. Danny Trejo and all them guys, too, you know? Yeah. And that's kind of cool, too, because I called him and I want to get into that, you know? And it's funny in recovery today that we have the connections to anything and everything we could even want to do, because our brothers and sisters in recovery that are just like us are doing the same thing. And as long as you stay clean and you live a good life, you know, the doors are always there. It's crazy. I can literally make a call for anything I could need in the whole world. And I bet you someone in the rooms has got it for me.
Yeah.
You know, and that's part of that, living that life, you know, and I don't get judged. If you know, the other day I called my guys, I'm gonna be honest with you right here. I was having a bad day, you know, mental depression, and the thought to use popped in my head, and I knew I wouldn't do it, but it fucking came in my head. So what did I do immediately? I called my sponsor. And my girl's like, why are you doing that? And I go, you don't understand. She goes, you're not going to use. I said, I know, because I'm doing this.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So he goes, oh, yeah, write about it.
Yeah. It's me, man.
You know what I mean? I'm like, all right, bro. So he calls me later and he goes, hey, so your feelings didn't kill you today, did they? And I was like, nah, man. And he's like, did you write? And I was like, fuck yeah, I did. You know? And he goes, no matter what comes out, just start writing.
That's so funny, man.
And these are the things that work today. And you know, I'm working on my recovery daily. You know what I mean? I'm taking some time right now in my life to finish the book, finish my album.
Good.
And I went out and scoped the area where we're going. up on the coast, up in by Vancouver. You know, that's where my fiance, we have our other side, you know, family and business over there. So it's a perfect situation. And I want to get connected, man. You know, I was telling her I need to get back into meetings daily, not just every here and there, not just because, oh, I thought about it, not just because I'm feeling bad, all the time. I need to go back in there and be a service, man. Maybe have, you know, have a day. You know, it's I know with these 11 years, man, that's what I need to be able to have that 12-year talk, so on and so forth. Because it ain't easy, man. It ain't, but it's possible. And the directions are right there for us. You know? So today I just try to focus on getting through my mornings, then my afternoons, and then my evenings. You know, I'm reconnecting in a lot of ways, cultural wise, and with myself as far as like, you know, really knowing who I am, being good with that and accepting it and working through some stuff that I never worked through that it's coming up now. You know what I mean? And my sponsor's like, it's time.
Yeah.
It's time. So I'm gonna start on one tomorrow, but I'm really excited also because I'm doing Wellbriety. Have you heard of Wellbriety?
No.
I want you to look it up. WELLBRIETY. And that's Native American AA.
Oh, wow. Cool. Nice.
And Bill read it back in the day. So it's kind of even crazier once you read it and you start looking into it. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it's cultural based. You know what I mean?
Nice. Yeah.
And it's bro, I was reading it the other morning because I'm doing them both. My sponsor says that's fine.
Yeah.
So I'm reading it and then I go for a walk in the forest, and it was talking about our healing forest and creating that healing forest, you know, around us, and meaning that these strong trees of recovery around us, you know. Me having my sponsor on speed dial is important, but going to that meeting with a couple of old timers is too, and them saplings.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They got that hour clean. You know what I mean? Or got saved by the judge and they don't even know it yet, you know?
Yeah.
So, but I love it, man. The book's a powerful thing for me. I'm super excited hearing you say with your book too. So you know this is a crazy process, you know. But I want to be able to tell my story in a way, man, that everybody can get it and everybody can understand it, and it can give them what they're looking for, you know.
Yeah. I believe I have an obligation to share my story.
Come on.
It may save one person's life. If it helps one person, I've succeeded in being a human being.
Come on, brother.
Because I'm a human being first, I'm a male second, and I'm an addict third.
There you go.
All my life, I thought I was just an addict. I didn't know that I was a human, and I didn't know that I was a male. I thought I was a man, but that was bullshit. Because my concept of a male was all twisted up.
Right.
You know, my concept of a male, he can fight, he's a gangster, I go to prison, I do me time, I do it tough. You know, I write my poetry while I'm in jail, in the cell hiding, but I don't want no one to read that shit, man, because that's not gangster.
Right.
I
know.
See that little book there?
Come on.
That little book there I had in prison, and I wrote poems in this book. It's crazy, man. I wrote poems in this book, and when you get released, you don't take nothing with you. You leave it all for your brothers.
Right.
I took all my letters and this little book, you know, and it's just crazy. I keep this book here and I read it all the time, and because I've been doing my book, it was important that I take this book with me. I got poems in my book. I got poems that I wrote in 1976 in prison.
Wow.
And we went back and we found them, and we got the original copies from the jail had a magazine.
Oh shoot!
And I had it published in the magazine.
How cool is that, bro?
Yeah, so we pulled them out and we got them done, and yeah, man, it's freaky. The higher power, fuck, he must have been so frustrated with me because he tried to show me for so many years.
Bro, and we're just not getting it. And he's like, hey, here.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
many years, man. You know, he in the prison cells in Australia back in the 70s, because I'm an old bastard, you know.
Got you.
You know, the only thing that was in your cell was a Bible.
Right.
Nothing else. You had no
Right.
magazines, there was no TVs, no radios, nothing.
Right.
And you got locked down at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. You didn't get out till 7 o'clock the next morning.
Wow.
That's a long day to spend locked in a cell by yourself. And we had no windows. It was freezing cold. It was hectic. It was really, really bad situation. And they created a lot of monsters.
Yeah, I bet.
And that's where I got my first drug.
Wow.
They put me on a drug called Largactil, which is a psych drug. And they call it the Largactil shuffle. You know, you walk around like that.
That's the Thorazine, same thing. Thorazine shuffle. It's the same thing, man.
It's probably the same drug.
Yep, I bet it is.
Yeah, they call it the Largactil.
You know how they
shuffle.
do it. They rename them and
that was to control a 17-year-old boy who weighed 8 stone 6. So I was like a little kid.
Yeah.
And they had me on that drug to control me. Come on. I sued them. I've sued the department here.
Good, man.
Yeah, we sued them. We got money out of it. It wouldn't have paid for much, but it was recognition.
It's the principle, absolutely. It's the recognition, it's the principle, it's making them acknowledge. Exactly. Bro, I pulled out a Corcoran shoe. So I was in the secure housing unit lockdown. Yeah. And they validated me as a gang member in the prison system. And it's torture, man. They say 23-in-1 lockdown, but I'd spend 3 days in there and then get a 3-minute fucking shower. And it was just enough to lather up real good and start to rinse. And then I'd finish in my cell, bird bath. You know what I mean? And I was in there it was crazy, bro. And I was really a junkie, man. I should never have been in prison like that. They put me in positions where I had to fight for my life. They put me in positions where bad people showed up that had to go away, and I had to make them go away. I'm a big old bloke, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 6'4", 230 pounds when I'm behind the wall. You know what I mean? So it's like these dudes are like, shit, we're using you, torpedo. You know what I'm saying? Like you're gonna be. And that's what happened. So I feel you on that, bro. I really do. It was torture, Bubba.
Yeah. And because
in the summer, you had the cold, I had the heat. Yeah.
The addict in us, we have to survive, man. That's human nature. We always think, oh, I did it because I was an addict. No, I did it because I was human. I couldn't deal with my emotions, so I had to suppress them. The only way I could say, if I didn't take drugs, I would have killed myself or killed many people.
Right.
I believe
that, bro.
I believe that.
100%.
If I
100%.
I was gonna be a really horrible person because I was so hurting and so scared. I say to people in early recovery, I got a pretty bad rap sheet. By the time I'm 17, I'm charged with 4 attempted murders. I'm in a man's prison. They go, "Oh man, you were so wild." I said, "No, I was so scared."
That part.
I was so afraid. I said, and the only way I knew how to deal with fear was to attack it.
Right. Just like a dog in the corner, my brother.
100%, man.
They're so scared they attack. And that's how we were. We were so scared that we attacked. It wasn't because we were badass, macho, badass. I just want to tear shit up. No, I'm fucking scared. So I'm going to leash out and I'm going to attack. That's what's going to happen. And
then what we do is we learn to suppress all our emotions. My mum passed away when I was 19.
Sorry to hear that.
I couldn't even cry at her funeral. I had no connection between here and here. There was no connection, none whatsoever.
Right.
That's what I try to teach people in recovery now. It's all about having connection with your heart and your head.
Yes.
Having some responsibility. Having some empathy and compassion. You feel it, but you got to know what it is. Because before when I felt it, it scared me. I didn't want to feel nothing, man.
Right.
Give me some heroin.
Right. Right. Numb this up real quick. I don't want to feel anything.
I feel good.
Numb this up.
Have some heroin. I feel bad. Have some heroin. I feel nothing.
Right.
Have some heroin. I
Right.
feel like I
People
need some more heroin because I feel like I need something, you know, like, yeah.
That's what it is. But man, it's, but look at us now.
Yeah.
And how beautiful it is that we get to share our story and we get to do these things. Look, man, I have a crazy day today
Yeah.
to go get with this boy, and he's been waiting for dad.
All
But
right,
I want
buddy.
to come back on here with you, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? I would like to hear your story. And I think my fans would like too. Maybe we could set something up and do a live on my Instagram.
Do it, man. You work it
Okay,
out. I'll always come on. I'll always support. Always.
Man, that means a lot to me, brother. And I'm gonna tell the wifey too. We'll set up a live and me and you can tell the stories. Because you know what? These young guys, they need to hear from us dinosaurs, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I've been clean now 37 years.
Babe, you hear that? 37 years.
And I've been
Wow,
I've been in the program for 42 years. I messed around for 5 years, you know, like 10 months,
that.
10 months, 12 months, then I had 30 months. I was tested it because I was tough. I was special. I was unique.
Yeah.
And I'm just a garden variety junkie, man.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It, bro.
I was the only one. Yeah, man. Look,
Right.
please, you get your boss to sort it up with my boss, man. I'm always available, man. And I'm also available if you just want to call me, brother.
Well, I will, man. And I got your number, brother. So I will, man. And I appreciate you, brother. And for everybody out there, just remember, take it slow, take it one day at a time, and surround yourself with a healing forest. Keep people around you that love you, that care about you, and want the best for you.
Yeah. If it's not positive, piss it off.
There you go, that part.
If it's not positive, it's not nurturing, and it's not encouraging, piss it off. Yeah. That's people, places, and things.
There you go. Hey, you don't got to change anything. You got to change everything.
Exactly.
That part.
Much love, brother. Thank you.
Man. Thank you so much, brother, and I'll talk to you soon.
Love to the family, man. We'll catch up again, and we'll go part 2.
Yep, and part 2 will take it for a longer run.
All right, brother. You safe.
You got it, brother. Peace out.
See you, mate.
I solemnly swear that I will tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.